Hello everybody, I'm here for the Hero Game channel. Welcome back to TNO and to my England playthrough. Where in the last episode we did finish off the first little tree. We now have a new tree. Now an update also came out for TNO. The English have been updated. So I did just go ahead and restart. It didn't take me long to get through the first tree at all in comparison with yesterday's episode. Anyways, Auchinleck, Alexander and Stirling. The first is a name not known to many, aside from the curiosity being the last general standing when the call to surrender was sounded. The second is probably best known by the general public, one of the few rebels to escape Cable Street, and a constant reminder of those darker times. Stirling is known only by those who hunt him, those who still live. Together they represent HMMLR, an organisation dedicated to as many causes as its members have political leanings, but undeniably united in the desire for a free England. One free of tyranny, free of traitors, and free of the Germans. The partnership of one of convenience, but all involved intend to see out till the end, until the Collaborationists are defeated or they die trying. So we get the event, the Men of Resistance, one of our own people's hate by a daily political power gain of 0.5. Nice, it's only going to take 7 days. So we also have decisions to grow our popularity in places now, so they're doing government mission in Newcastle. Invest in the East Midlands. Oh, they do a government mission everywhere. Alright, let's try and get the West Midlands propaganda campaign, increase HMLR over 2.5. 5%. Let's invest. Let's invest in Yorkshire, invest in Lancashire, and invest in Newcastle. The Men of Resistance. Claude Auchinleck looked at the table and saw a motley crowd of men, all of them holding beliefs and ideologies that would otherwise make them utterly incompatible with one another. They were men who would fight and die to see the Nazis removed from England. There were Claude's own HMMLR forces, men who had joined up with him from inside the Collaborationist government. They sat on the reformist wing of the Royal Party. They secretly pledged their lives from when the time came to establish a new free England under Her Majesty Elizabeth II. Their two most influential members, Enoch Powell and George Jellicoe, joined him today. They were also his allies in the SAS. David Stirling had never stopped fighting the Hun, and he had no intent on doing so as long as he still drew breath. He had gathered a powerful and skilled force, strong enough to go toe-to-toe with any unit in the Wehrmacht or Collaborationist army. His forces had an extreme hatred for anything Collaborationist, and wished to drive out even more than Claude did. He was accompanied by Arthur Harris, who was organising what he unanimously called a little present for Jerry. And finally, the Left Resistance, born out of the ashes of Cable Street. This new organisation was a coalition of surviving communists, Labour members, and other hard leftists under the leadership of Bill Alexander. Despite being a staunch communist, Bill had brought in the more moderate Harold Wilson to solidify his standing within the Social Democrats. He was also willing to collaborate with the HMMLR, somehow stomaching working alongside the rabidly anti-communist Stirling. Claude looked at each of these faces one last time before he began to speak. The bombing attempt on Edward had failed, but a far bigger blast for the collaborators was in store. Here's our next move. SAS terror bombing. I think we're going to go with a Claude route. Yeah, I'm going to stick with Claude. HMMLR is, despite the name, not united by a dedication to the restoration of the Queen. Even a significant portion of the membership supports it. In a movement with communists, Republicans, and even a handful of fascists who have seen the light, what unites HMMLR is the figure of Claude Auchinleck. Known to most simply as the Boss, almost nobody outside HMMLR's upper ranks is aware the former general turned MP leads the greatest rebel group in the Isles, and they would like to keep it that way. Claude Auchinleck united those who believe in a free England through sheer unwavering will, and he was kept in his position by keeping the movement alive, despite many attempts by the Collaborationist government to ensure the opposite. HMMLR answers to Auchinleck and no one else. Alright, 9 days until they do their little thing. Oh, I shouldn't have done invest, that improves the stability. We need to do the expand the cells. A day in the life of Yorkshire MP. I'm not going to read that. And they're all -5 now. I like how we have to wait a month. I hope they do as well. Mongolian Civil War. I hope they do. Yeah, they have completed their mission. Right, well, we'll go ahead and try and boost up our thingy. Oh, we don't actually. We're not getting too much political power either. Maybe be careful with what I use it for. I would like to at least get dominance in East Midlands, maybe even the West Midlands, or Severn as well. Claude support's done. This leader speaks. Propaganda has value, something Claude Auchinleck has come to know quite keenly in fight for the English liberation. I know the general public knows of HMMLR's rumoured leader as a shadowy figure playing chess master. It might be understandable that they feel uneasy about him, so Auchinleck took the risk of making his first public speech for HMMLR membership. With a scarf concealing his identity and some deliberate altering of a cordodo, no one will ever guess the mild-mannered MP from Hampshire is the one addressing a hall of HMMLR's most notorious militants. It is a speech that delves into many topics: the ruination of English soil, the unjust imprisonment of martyrs, and the corruption of institutions once respected. By the end, the hall and many people in their homes have but one thing to say: God save the Queen. A monthly that's not a bad monthly trend, to be fair. It would appear that we can now go, like, let's... Yeah, we need to improve the monthly trends. +5 every month. So this doesn't even cost political power, it's just guns. Sure, position. I was going to say, why is the production efficiency so bad? Oh my Jesus. They changed across the channel to just be -200 factory output. Holy balls. That is a little bit insane. So that means getting the OFN relations higher is very important. There we go, we'll do that. I think most of the things we do gives us political power. There's some support from them. Oh, I don't mean invest. Flood of volunteers. As a member of Parliament and a war hero, Claude Auchinleck has afforded a certain respect by much of England. He was the last man standing in Carlisle, after all, and as such he has become the patron of several charitable organisations, in addition to hosting many public events. It's merely a coincidence that HMMLR recruiters also frequent these events, and Auchinleck often speaks to those who have reason to be disaffected from the current social order. Auchinleck knows that HMMLR cannot rely entirely on extant forces. When the day of liberation comes, every man who can hold a rifle will need. Thanks to his efforts, there may be a few more than expected. 5 support in Sussex and Gloucestershire. Good. can get away with that. The Battle of Portman Road. Okay, I'm not going to read that. I'm not too interested. Gunship emotionally successful. Good. How's our guns looking now then? 900 in stockpile. Alright, I need to knock these out. I'm going to let them just get these two. I'm going to try and beat them back for some of these. Because right now they do have the upper hand in them. Which, to be honest, what the hell? Is that what they're doing? Oh, that's us. That's us. Right, we're pretty good here, putting a nice wee squeeze on them. Just got to deal with this -5 here. And the -5 there. Aha, they are trying to counteract some of my advancements. Joke's on you. Hi, let's get a large gun shipment in. UFN's going to be our greatest ally. Brazil's won the World Cup. Good for them. Good for them. Staying in the north. Claude Auchinleck fought the last battle of United Britain around Carlisle. Desperate defence that culminated in being forced to capitulate only as the official surrender was signed, buying time for Limberley to retreat into Scotland. North is his home as easily as London, and it's where the HMMLR had built up a substantial network of support before even contacting Alexander and Stirling. So it's fitting then that the freedom of England shall be reborn where it died, in the foothills of Northumberland and the dreary coast of the Irish Sea. Scotland's an unknown at this point in time, but even if they dare not oppose the Germans openly, they will almost certainly aid us with supplies of volunteers, even foreign ones. Of course, the North will be more agreeable to the ever-squabbling Alexander and Stirling as well, as it favours neither. I'd like to as at least, oh there goes the Italian faction. I think we'll probably want to get up to at least maybe about 60%. There's no point trying to do in Oxford or Sussex, really. A little, well, we could maybe even try and... Do you know what? We're able to do so. Let's try and beat them back everywhere. Let's try it. We've got the guns to do so if we keep getting them from the OFN, which we're about to get a large gun shipment, which could result in 950 guns coming, but we'll see what happens. They might get intercepted. Mostly successful. Wow, we've got over 1,200 guns now. What? How is that now? Uncontested. Right, when's my turn to do mine again? Because somehow they've managed to knock out half my support. At least East Anglia is still staying in North's done, which has really improved our support in both Yorkshire and Newcastle. Lancashire, let's dominate Lancashire. Lancashire perhaps the third most. Oh wait, we've got all these. Oxfordshire must have above 60% to gain Sussex. See, Sussex, that's pointless doing it in Sussex. You want to dominate Lancashire. Lancashire is perhaps the third most populous area in England, containing Manchester and several populous towns in sight. As industrial region, control of Lancashire will grant HMMLR a solid base for which to liberate the southern regions of England. If we have control of the north, then the south shall follow. The process of doing so may be difficult, but it is worth the cost. We have contacts in councils and trade unions, and the police are already mostly on our side, so we need not fear collaborationist interference there. But we will have to ensure that any troublesome elements are dealt with as soon as the call of liberation sounds. Not killed, but detained for the duration of our struggle. Good, we can invest. We can do the cells. Oh, should we be doing propaganda, not expanding? Actually, no, we do also want to expand the cell. It does give us a slight wee boost, but it sorts out the monthly trend. We'll need to do that there. That, we'll go ahead and do this now. Expand the cell. Expand the cell. Expand the cell. Can't do that. Yeah, that's fine, that's fine. Trying our hardest to keep the... At least Lancashire and Newcastle and Yorkshire should hopefully stay with us. They shouldn't be able to dominate them. Oxfordshire, above 60%. State stability in Oxfordshire. Maybe get that up actually. If it's just the above 75 in London, we can probably do that. We need it in London as well. London, Newcastle, Oxford. We need it in basically everywhere really, to be fair. We've got it in those three. Where's London? I'm going to have to try and boost that up, aren't I? Invest in London. And I'm probably going to try and cancel out all of our plays here. I think in the areas I know I'm not going to be able to dominate, we'll go ahead and just, you know, give her a mission. What are they doing? They target our stability or monthly trend again. The monthly trend again. And they're trying really hard to stop us, that's fine. We're going to dominate Lancashire in a second. Yep, that's blue again. Boom. Lord Temples of Reds have rifles. We await, Mr. President. The Americans are perhaps the only overseas ally we possess who can offer us more than cast-offs and hand-me-downs in terms of material support. More importantly, though, they are vital to our long-term plans if England is liberated. Without American backing the membership within the Organisation of Free Nations, England will be invaded whenever the Germans feel like it. That ends, strengthening our relationship with Washington is a vital part of our operations, including, if need be, affirming certain basing rights following the war. For now, though, all we need is the assurance that aid will come, not openly of course, unless the Germans involve themselves in turn when we launch our uprising. The Germans are going to be too busy to deal with our uprising. They're going to be far too busy. Let's get a medium gun shipment. They're going to be far too busy to deal with us. They're going to have their civil war. Oh, the one difference that has been made since I restarted is that Germany has backed Speer now, the reformer. So it's not Bormann now. That's the only change. Which is fine by me, because Bormann was taking control in all the playthroughs. Now, I may actually just start them all again, but I've got episodes recorded, so I'm not going to stop them. There might just be some slight changes. But it depends if the game breaks. I'll need to check the other saves. Depends if it breaks them. Right. We're now able to choose again. Right, of course, I'm going to just cancel out their monthly trend increase there. Could do that to build up. That's actually doing pretty good. Increase that. Try that. What was the place again? Newcastle. Fight for that. London, Oxfordshire. Need it in East Anglia. We're going to need it in all the bits, to be fair, before we're actually able to do any of these. We know Newcastle is fine. increase the stability. On the plus side though, at least it didn't take much to increase the stability. Improve the monthly trends in these areas. I'm going to try really hard to get them. As for London, boom. Invest in those. Just invest. The monthly trend's dying in here, but it's fine. As long as we get the stability we need, we'll be fine. Well, hopefully anyways. Hopefully. Yeah, here comes the government mission now. The gun shipment was completely successful. Good. Just increase that because it's going to cancel out whatever they do. Unless they're going for stability. Anyways, our OFN relations is improved. So, activates Operation Stork. A deficit of munitions is a constant problem for our organisation. Smuggling can only mitigate the problem, and heavy caliber weapons are scarce, even amongst our better equipped units. Operation Stork aims to solve this problem for us. Several old depots near Carlisle are full of weapons, including numerous grenades, and even some outdated tanks and Germans never got around to looting. However, as the facilities are guarded, we need at least 6 hours to evacuate the more valuable equipment. And that means silence in the area without regional collaborationist forces getting wind. Not impossible, especially with the German garrison being far away. We will, however, need just a bit of luck and quite possibly some silencers. Let's do it. 6 days until the government does that thing again. Alright, we have to do all the other stuff as well. So, at least we get some support in Sussex. There. Above 75 in London. That's a bit... still a bit far off for us. I don't know how you're straight to -1. Oh, you're not. You're not. It must have been one of these. Yeah, we're losing support in here, but I don't care if we're in there. I just want to try and get these 4. So right now, we have got the majority here. Not in these ones, though. Oh, we've got 50% here. I reckon it must be over... I wonder what it is that you need before you get... Oxfordshire. 60%, is it? Yeah, we can go ahead and do that. Gives us time to build up London a little bit. Oi, Canada. Canada is famously the home of reactionary monarchy, which opposes the fascist monarchy, which one might suppose is an improvement of sorts, but more importantly, for the left resistance and by extension, HMMLR, the labour on the ground has significant contacts in the former Dominion. Most support is political, legitimising our struggle with an exile community and Canadian government, but a significant amount of our material support originates from Canada as well. Alexander is of opinion that the revolution needs allies to survive, and thus far, few can call him incorrect. Given the events of Cable Street, Canada is a valuable lifeline. Maybe time to start making extensive use of it. Give us the guns! Let's just improve the trend again. That's still positive right now. I shall continue to make that positive. Wiltshire has been that. Invest in stability in London. Oxfordshire's already got it, so doesn't really matter, I don't think. There's not gonna make much of a difference. I'll just invest in stability again. Sussex will invest in stability. So we're not gonna get them. As long as I can keep them from getting these. Which the +1 gains. Pretty good. Pretty good. Support weapons 2 is done. Let's get support weapons 3. Are we gonna get any more political power anytime soon, actually? Yeah, we do if I'm doing Sharp and Sickle. Has Burgundy finally done it? So, HMLR, what are you doing? What are you up to? Right, government are doing their mission again. Yeah, these three are completely fine now. I would love to be able to do the propaganda campaign just to boost it even higher, because it's the only way to increase our support. Increase the monthly trend of support, but to be fair, they're just cancelling that support out, really. Don't know how some of them lose the trend to minus 0.5. How did they lose 1%? Anyway, sharpen the sickles. The revolutionary movement does not possess the elite force of Sterling's commandos, nor do we have a truly large following in the armed forces like HMMLR, loyal to the memory of the monarchy. What we do possess, however, is perhaps the greatest military network in England, formed around the trade unions and factory workers. When the time comes, the English proletariat will rise as one, and the fascists will pay their price in blood. For now, though, we must organise these militias, give them goals and equipment, so as to effect change on a more strategic level. Docks must be secured, armed factories for the enemy sabotaged, and their lines of communication cut, if at all possible. For now, as we sit back and sharpen the sickle of revolution, we wait only for the hammer to fall upon its anvil. Good. Do we get any news from Operation Stork? Oh. Government will lose 500 guns and we'll gain 500 guns. Boom. Let's do it. Even though we have to use 250 guns. And we are not able to do any of this just yet. Should be too much longer. How are you doing? Still got a ways to go. Still got a ways to go before the war kicks off in Germany. And then just give us a positive trends, please. The monthly trend, you only lose 0.5, so actually, I think we're better off in these areas doing this. Because as long as we use the next one to cancel out the negative, because as long as they don't get it too high, then we'll be able to cancel those out. So that's going to go to minus 5, 0. So once they get minus 5, we'll have to boost up again. Right, anyways, moderate support. That's fine, we're going to get pluck up for doing that. Oh, we can actually do these as well. Which isn't actually a bad idea. Gain support. Who dares wins 100 guns. SAS terror bombing. Builds connections could be useful. Alright, 11 days until they do their thing. I wonder what support we need to get it up to before it flips to our cause. Wiltshire, London and Oxfordshire under their noses. I don't want that. Don't need the support there. Oh, I still need to actually work on the stability of London. Good, what does this still... Oh. Lord help us, the Reds have rifles. As our government struggles to preserve our order amidst slackening aid from Germania, terrorists have grown increasingly bold in their strikes against us. On the outskirts of Brentwood, an army left lightly defended due to increasing violence in the capital was subject to brutal assault by communist forces. In the dark night hours of the night, multiple men in red berets shot the few members posted for security with their revolvers, then proceeded to ransack the armory's interior, what the hell. As dawn broke and the Reds receded into their dank holes, our army was left to survey the damage. As we feared, dozens of assault rifles, rocket launchers and bulletproof vests were taken, while what couldn't be taken was left heavily damaged by what appeared to be a cluster of pipe bombs. A crude hammer and sickle was painted on the armory's rear, leaving us knowing only the vile creed of these bastards. One member of the security detail is now in question, stating that he saw the attack occurring from a distance as he'd gone to the hills for bodily needs. There are no answers here, only a clear need to put out these fires and get our house in order. 100 guns, yay. Operation Broken Telephone. Generals Michael O'More, Cree, and John Frederick Boyce Combe are two of the main fascist commanders in the south of England. Cree personally helped slaughter our comrades on Cable Street, and Combe should have known better than to side with the fascists, even if they did negotiate his release from Italy. Alexander has given the order, both are to be eliminated, and Reg Birch's friend in intelligence, Phil Bay, has some information that might be of use. Two tend to work together and occasionally congregate with several friends in a small country manor near Oxford to discuss the situation. As it so happens, we have liberated a stock of dynamite, and the manor has a basement. If we get lucky, they won't leave the building alive. Oh ho 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 ho! Good. Good. Right, it's 5 days until we see what they're going to do. They're probably going to attack the monthly trend again. They seem to be leaving our stability alone, for the most part. Let's get the rifle number 9, Mark 1. Okay, America's fought that war once again. Yeah, 0%. -1. How is that to -1 now? Oh, it was already -5, wasn't it? Actually, maybe they attacked some stability in some areas, actually. Oh, to conduct operations when we require high state. That's fine. We have the stability we need. Operation Lookup. Lancashire. Lancashire is just fine. Is there any in the West Midlands though? Sussex, East Anglia. We attack Gloucestershire. Okay, right. Let's get this right. So we need Lancashire to have above 60. Above 60 in East Anglia. 75 in London. And 75 in Gloucestershire. 65, 60, 60, 75 in Sussex as well. Well, saying that, we're not too far away from that. Gloucestershire. I think we might just have to let Gloucestershire fall then if I need to improve the stability there. Yeah, Gloucestershire needs 75, so we're going to have to spend 3 shots on you. Actually, more than that. It's going to be a lot of... Oh dear, right. I need to push that back. Let's do campaigns. And those. Gloucestershire, we've already done something in. Wow, we're actually kind of winning support in Wiltshire. Seriously? Really? Okay. Oh, our relations are low. We'll need to tour and increase that. I should probably do build connections, actually, just to help modify Her Majesty's loyal resistance. Yeah, I gotta do the bad morning. But that would let us gain more political power. I wouldn't actually mind the support in Wiltshire either. Let's do build connections. The revolution is not yet dead, not whilst Bill Alexander lives. He survived the war, Cable Street and Russia, and there's no way in hell the fascists can succeed when their masters in Germany have failed. He built the left resistance from the ground up, but now the revolution begins again. Our connection to the exiled communities exceed that of the HMMLR proper, and with most of the dock workers union on our side, smuggling in weapons, supplies, and even people is no problem at all. When HMMLR need explosives, they come to us. When they need a message sent, they ask us to do the sending. And whilst the bunch of monarchists might be reactionary, they're in agreement with us on the main point. England will be free or dead by the time we're done. And I might as well boost the support in these areas. Right, we're doing good. We are doing good. Subjects. Oh yeah, we have Cornwall. Which, by the looks of things, when we get down to... Oh, I forgot. Don't mind me. Broken telephone. Lose 500 guns, we'll gain 500 guns. Boom. Operation Broken Telephone. Wiltshire's going to be completely gone. We're going to have a very weird border happening. That's what's going to happen. It's going to be very awkward. Still got a lot to do. How's Germany doing? Yeah, they're still a bit ways off. Because all of ours take 21 days. I'm probably just going to do under their noses, get the little 5 support in Wiltshire. Because that is slowly coming to our side. Current mission is complete. Okay. So Sussex needs 65%. Ah, we've got that. London needs 75, doesn't it? Still a bit off of that. East Anglia, we're going to have to... I think we need... East Anglia needs 60. No, above 75 in Sussex and above 75 in London. Flipping. Right, under their noses. We'll gain support in Wiltshire, London, Oxford. Smuggling might not be a dignified profession, but the revolution isn't built on soldiers alone. We need engineers, truck mechanics, and factory workers just as badly as we do lads with guns. And coming out with supplies in England can be a bit hard these days. Hence why the Southern dockyards and their constant flow of ships are so important to us. Before warning, we can get a shipment of old Yank rifles from Dockside, Liverpool, to London or Carlisle in 2 days. Less if we don't have to put the fascist guards. Of course, our ability to get to and fro comes with some other uses too. More than one fascist official has gone missing on an even stroll. More than a few others will join them. East Anglia. It's 60. Oh, Sussex gets... Oh, okay. Sussex is already where we needed to be. Okay, knew that was going to happen. That was already on -5, that's why that's there. Alright, so I'll just increase the monthly trend. I'll deal -5 a month is fine because we're still increasing it 2 every month as well. So like this one we're gonna have to spend on knocking it down to -5. And you, I'm gonna have to invest in stability in East Anglia. You, I'll also increase the support there. And increase that there. Lancashire, does it have... That definitely has above 60. Yeah. Okay, anyways guys, I'm going to leave that episode there, so thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoy, and I shall be back very soon for some more. Until then, take care, cheer bye, then out.